Cameron. Today, I'm glad to be back with you for another one of our awesome sessions. So today is a little bit different because I'm going to actually be videotaping you so that we can see exactly how awesome our sessions are. So let's start off with what we always do, the fluency check. Go ahead, you have your passage here. Use your pencil to help guide you so that you can stay on the right line. And you can go ahead and begin now.
Many people like the game of basketball. Players need basketball nets and a court to play. There are 2 nets on a court. There are 5 players on a team. 2 teams play each other. Players also need a large ball. The ball is orange or black. Players try to put the ball in the other team's net. Sometimes they run with the ball. Sometimes they catch the ball. If they put the ball in the net, there are close to
All right, and stop. Very good job. You did an excellent job. So go ahead and give me your fluency passage. And we're going to move on to the next thing. All right. So today's session, we always want to set some type of goal. Today's session is to help you have a better understanding of prefixes and suffixes, okay?
Yes.
All right, good. All right, so we've talked a little bit about prefixes and suffixes before, right?
Yes.
All right, so a couple of days ago, you did a pretest, and I gave you a sheet about different prefixes and suffixes. Some of them you were familiar with, but some of them you weren't, right?
Yes.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to focus on a second grade standard. There is a second grade standard that says that you can form words with prefixes and then determine the meaning, and you can also form words with suffixes and know the meaning, okay? With or without the prefix. Got it?
Yes.
All right, so what we're going to do is I have this plate. Check this out. This plate has different prefixes, suffixes, and root words. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through these different prefixes and suffixes, and you're going to create different words, okay?
Okay.
Every time you create a word, you're going to say it out loud, and I'm going to start creating a list of these words for you because we're going to do something with them, all right?
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and get started and start making some and tell me when you have your first word. So you want to pick. So let's back up a little bit before we go to this part. I'm going to back up a little bit. So just to give you a little background information, go ahead and say the word prefix.
Prefix.
Okay, prefixes are a group of words that go at the beginning of a word. Sorry, they're a group of letters, okay?
Okay.
They go at the beginning of a word. When I say beginning, what do you think that I mean by the beginning of a word? Where would that be at? Where would the beginning of a word be at?
A sentence or a word that you're spelling.
Right, but it will be at the beginning. So if it's at the beginning, would it be here or would it be here? If it's at the beginning of a word.
There.
So if this is the word, cook, right? Would a prefix go here or would it go here? Very good. So a prefix goes at the beginning. Then you have a suffix. Go ahead and say suffix.
Suffix.
All right. Suffixes are also groups of letters that go at the end of a word. So when I said cook, and then you said the prefix will be at the beginning, where would a suffix be?
At the end.
Very good. At the end. So suffix is a group of letters that goes at the end. Very good. Now, when you have a prefix, you got that? Or a suffix, you have a word in the middle. So the word in the middle is called a root word. Go ahead and say root word.
Root word.
All right, root word. So if this is the prefix right here, And this is the suffix. In the middle, you have a word. In the middle, that will be the root word, okay? So if you have re, that will be a prefix. Cook will be in the middle. That will be a root word. Ing, ing. So you would have re, cook, ing. The root word is in the middle, all right? So the root word is in the middle. It's like the main word. Okay, so it's in the middle. Now, you're going to use right here what I just created, some notes for you. And these notes are going to be used to guide you as you create these different words. So look at this here, Cameron, and go ahead and read the notes that I have for you.
Prefix, group of letters, begin.
Right.
Suffix, group of letters, end.
All right, and then we have?
Root words, middle.
Very good. So now let's go back to the plate. I'm going to put these notes here so that you can reference those notes as you make your words. And remember, Miss Natasha is going to make the list of words that you create. So look what you have here. This is a stack of prefixes. They go at the beginning or the end.
The beginning.
Very good. This is a stack of suffixes. They go at the beginning or the end.
End.
Very good. And this is a stack of root words. They go at the beginning, end, or middle. Got your notes?
Middle.
Very good. Excellent job, Cameron. So go ahead and try to create a word. You can go ahead and pick them out. Would you like me to do the first one for you to help you out? All right. So I'm going to pick this prefix. What does that say? Pre. Very good. Does this sound like a word we use? Do? Have you ever? No. Okay. What about pre-clean? Have you ever pre-cleaned something? Okay. Well, I'm going to use this one because I've pre-cleaned. If you're going to clean your floors at your house, you might need to pre-clean them first. You may need to do something deeper before you do the actual cleaning. Maybe scrape all the junk off the floor so that you can mop it. That would be considered pre-clean. So pre will be a prefix or a suffix.
It's a suffix.
So pre, this right here, would it be at the beginning or at the end of this word?
Beginning.
So would it be a prefix or a suffix?
Prefix.
Very good. And then you have clean. Would clean be a suffix or would it be the root word?
The root word.
Very good, Cameron. The root word. It's the root word. Do we have a suffix for this one? Do we have anything at the end?
No.
No. So this word just has a prefix and a root word, right?
Yes.
All right, let's see what else you can make. You go ahead and try one. Okay, go ahead and say the word.
Sleep.
See if you see a different prefix you can use in there.
No.
No, let's see. What do you have? What is that? Re-sleep?
Re-sleep?
Yeah, no, I don't think re-sleep. Unsleep. So you think you could pre-sleep? And what do you think it means if you were pre-sleeping?
You sleep again.
Yeah, well, would that be similar to re-sleep? Wouldn't re-sleep be sleeping again? Okay, so do you want to go with pre-sleep or re-sleep?
Pre-sleep.
Or why don't we try something different? Why don't we pick another word out of the root words? What other word could we put with re? Let's try one without pre since we just use pre for pre-clean. So if we use re, what word could we use in there that goes with re? Try to keep them in the sections. What's that word?
Watch.
Watch. Very
Watch.
Rewatch. Very good. So if you rewatch, what are you doing?
You're watching it again.
Excellent. That's exactly what you're doing. Let's try another one. Let's try using another prefix, un. Now look through the words and see what word could go with un.
Unwatch.
Have you ever unwatched? How do you unwatch something?
When you you don't watch it again. Like unwatch.
Well, then you would have to you watch something, then you have to act like, okay, I never watched it, unwatch. Let's try a different way. How about, have you ever did this?
Undo.
Have you ever tied your shoe and then had to undo it because it wasn't good enough? It wasn't tied tight enough? You've never had to undo anything? Okay. Well, let's try something else. Let's see.
Unwash. Uncook.
Unheat. What about, have you ever had something
unclean?
Unclean.
Stuff is unclean. It's not clean properly.
It's not clean properly? All right, we can go with that. Very good. All right, so now we've looked at some prefixes. Let's look at some suffixes. So I'm going to give you a word. The word is going to be sleep, okay? What does it mean to sleep?
Take a nap.
Yeah, take a nap. What if we put a suffix on the end like sleep? We add an ed to it. What does it do to the word when you have sleep but you add an ed?
It means you already did it.
Absolutely. You're so smart. Give me a high five. Very good. You already did it. So you're not sleep right now. Oh, no, that's not right. Let's look at, that's not right. That's not right. That is actually a special word. When you have sleep, the past tense of sleep is slept. It actually changed the spelling, like you slept at another time of day, okay? So let's look at a different word, not sleep. Let's look at cleaned.
Cleaned?
Yes, what would that mean?
You already cleaned.
You already cleaned. So we're going to take cleaned and we're going to add it. So it'll be cleaned and then you add the ed. So let's look back. I want to make sure you understand what happened with sleep, okay? So most words, when you add an ed, it makes them past tense. But just a little, this is a little mini lesson for you, okay? You have some words that the whole word changes, okay? Like if you run right now, you'd run, right?
Yes.
If you did it yesterday, what would it be?
The other day before.
But how would you use the word run? Yesterday.
I ran yesterday.
Would you say I run yesterday?
I ran.
I ran. Very good. So look right here. That word is just like sleep. You run, but then yesterday you ran. You see how the spelling changes? Okay, with sleep, you sleep, but you slept yesterday. Okay? These are words that the spelling changes, okay, when you change the tense, okay?
Yes.
So does every word that when you want to make it past tense, do you add an ed?
No.
No, you're absolutely right. Some words, the spelling what?
The spelling changes.
The spelling changes. All right? So you just learned something within the lesson, right? Because we picked sleep and we were thinking sleep. And then I was like, no, hold on. That's a different kind of word, right?
Yeah.
All right, so watch what I'm doing on our notes. See it right here? Look right here. I'm taking this off because we can't add an ed to sleep. But we did add an ed to clean, right? And we changed it to clean, right?
Yes.
All right, so clean means you clean. And clean means you already what?
You already cleaned.
You already cleaned. You did it already. All right, let's look at another one. All right? I want you to pick the root word. Whatever word you choose. All right, well, let's go back and talk about that. So he picked do. So I'm going to go back to the undo. You see this right here?
Yes.
So what I was saying about undo is if you tie your shoes, but your shoes aren't tight enough, your mom may ask you to undo them and do it again. So that means something that you did, you're taking back apart and doing it over. Have you ever had a pack of Legos? Have you ever had Legos?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever played with your Legos, built something, and then thought about, well, let me undo them and do them over and make something else? No? Well, that would be a way to undo, okay? All right, so that's another word. Go ahead and pick another root word out of there, and then let's talk about it. Love that word, and you haven't used it. What is that word?
Wash.
Wash. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a prefix at the what? Look at your notes. We're going to put a prefix at the beginning. But guess what we're going to do? We're also going to put a suffix at the
end.
And then we're going to have a root word in the
middle.
Okay, let me see you do this. Hold your prefix up. Hold your suffix up. Bring it together with your root word in the middle. Very good. So when you think about prefix and suffix, think about prefix, suffix, middle for the root word. You could almost sit the word here, couldn't you?
Yeah.
All right. So we have wash. What do we have?
Wash.
So what happens if your mom has to rewash something?
She have to wash it again.
Very good. She has to wash it again. So she has to rewash something. What if she's rewashing? How does that change the word when we add that?
She's washing something again.
Right, but she's doing it, what tense? She's doing like right now, right?
Yes.
She's rewashing. What if I change the ing? You see that?
Yes.
And what if I added this suffix to the end? Say that word.
She rewashed.
Rewashed. So what happened now?
She rewashed it already.
She already rewashed it, right? She already did it. Very good. You're doing an excellent job. All right. So we're starting to have a list, okay? You got that, Cameron?
Yes.
We're starting to have a list. So we have rewash. Let's see if we can. What other words haven't we used in here? Have we used cook or eat? Nope.
Heat.
I'm saying yes, cook or heat. All right, can you put something on these to make them words so we can add them to our list? You can add a suffix or a prefix or both. It's your choice. All right, that's good. You're going to say that for me when you get done. Very good. All right, go ahead and read that word.
Preheat.
Preheat. So to preheat means what?
I don't know.
Okay, if you heat something, then you go and heat it, right?
Yes.
Okay, if you preheat it. Have you ever had wings, hot wings?
Yes.
Okay, sometimes they preheat the wings. They go ahead and heat them up, and then when you call your order in, it's already preheated, and then they go ahead and just finish cooking them.
Wet?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. So that's preheat. What's the other word that you made? Right here.
Cooked.
Cook. Very good. And can you tell me if you added a prefix or a suffix to this word?
I added a suffix.
Very good. You're learning this very well. And the suffix you added was an ed, so it made it past tense. You already cooked, right?
Yes.
All right. Preheat. Did you add a prefix or a suffix?
A prefix.
Very good. You added a prefix at the beginning. Pre. Excellent job. So is prefix and suffix making a lot more sense now?
Yes.
Very good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to our next little small activity. So now that we've created these different words, you have index cards that you brought over for your session, right?
Yes.
Awesome. That's what you call a good student. You have resources at your house. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to have 3 colors. We're going to have green, red, and I'm looking for blue, and this might be good enough, and blue. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a color key that represents each part of these words. What color would you like prefixes to be?
Blue.
Blue. All right, so we're going to put a little blue mark here. Your prefixes are blue. What color would you like your suffixes to be?
Red.
All right, so your suffixes are going to be red. So that leaves your root words to be what color?
Green.
Green. So what we're going to do is the list that I created while we're working, we're going to put them on index cards, okay? We're going to put the words, the whole words on index cards, okay? All right, so I'm going to do some and you're going to do some. So let's get started. You're going to do the first word. The first word is pre-clean. So what colors do you need?
Um,
You're doing pre-clean.
I need blue.
All right, so go ahead and get your blue to do what? Pre or clean?
Pre-clean.
All right, so what's going to be in blue?
Pre.
Okay, go ahead and put it on there.
What?
Pre. You're writing the word. Make it kind of big. These are going to be cards you'll be able to use to study from. Right there. All right, and what color is your root word going to be?
My root word is green.
Okay, go ahead, grab your green. And you're going to write the rest of the word beside it, clean, because it's still one word. Very good job. Handwriting is very neat as well. I'm going to do one too. I'll check that one off. Very good. So let's show. So there he has his first card, pre-clean, right? Cameron, go ahead and say it.
Pre-clean.
Very good. All right, you go ahead and do the next word right here, unclean. Let me see the green, because the green is for the root words. Oh, I'll just use this green. Here, go ahead and do unclean. I'm doing rewatch. You need the blue first. It's 2 cards. This one look a little different. And I'll do preheat. See if it's another green so we can share.
Just navy green.
Keep on putting it on there. Got another card. So we're doing an excellent job. We're setting up some study cards for you. I did that one. Very good. That was a good job fixing that mistake. I'm glad you caught it. All right, you can give me that one. So let's give you an opportunity to do one with a suffix, cleaned. So now you're going to need your green first, right? And then you're going to have to add red to the end. So go ahead. And I'm also doing some of the cards for you. I'm checking them off. Very good. All right, let me give you, and here we have his card that has a suffix, right? Yes. Go ahead and read it.
It's upside down.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Cleaned. Very good. All right, you go ahead and do rewash. Here, go ahead. Because look, you're going to have to do the prefix and the suffix and the root word. So I'm doing rewashing. So watch how mine turns out. You see your red? Look how mine turns out. 3 colors. Rewashing.
It's upside down.
Rewashing. You see that? All right, you go ahead and you try it. But you're going to do rewashed. So what color first? Oh, you need that first. We're almost done. I'm going to go ahead and do your last one. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and get this part out the way. You got to, hold on. You got to cover up your, remember, ED. It's okay. I'm glad you're going to, very good. That was a good fix. Proud of you. All right, looking really good. So go ahead, stack all your cards up. And go ahead and say them out loud, each one, while you stack them up. And I get ready for the next part of your lesson today. Or you can read them for it. You just read them right here in front of you. Turn them this way. You're not going to be able to read them that way. Go ahead.
Cuff, rewashing, clean, undo, re-clean,
Or that. Very good.
Preheat, rewash, pre-clean, rewash,
Very good. So you have these words you can study and the meaning, and it'll help you with the meanings of the prefixes and suffixes. You also have the notes that I gave you, right?
Yes.
So those are two things that you have. Let's put those to the side. And you're going to be able to take that with you. And I'm going to keep our little checklist, okay? And let's go back over. Remember our mini lesson. Don't forget that we talked about words that when you add, you make them past tense, the spelling changes, right? I'm proud of you for getting a hold of that because that's something that you probably haven't learned yet, okay? So we talked about run and ran and sleep and slept, right?
Yes.
Very good. All right. So we're going to move on. And we are now going to read a passage that has prefixes and or suffixes in it. Okay? As you're reading out loud, every time you get to a word that you think has a prefix or suffix in it, I want you to stop and Miss Smith is going to highlight it, okay? All right. So the title of this passage is The Cycle of Recycling. Do you see any prefixes or suffixes in the title? Okay, let's look at it again. The cycle of recycling. Right? Is that the same word here too?
Yes.
Okay, can you say the word out loud? Recycling. And is there a prefix, suffix, or both in that word?
It's a what you gonna call it? Suffix.
It's a suffix. And what is it?
Recycling.
What's the suffix?
The suffix is recycling.
What's the suffix by itself?
Ing.
Ing. Yes. Ing. You don't see a prefix too in that word? What about RE, like redo? Remember we talked about RE? So that will be a prefix, right?
Yes.
So the root word will be cycle, okay?
Yes.
So go ahead and start reading and tell me, every time we see recycling, I want you to...
I already found another one.
Oh, very
Longer.
good. Huh?
Longer.
Very good. So you want to go ahead and highlight all the recycle first? And can you say louder the other word that you already found in the passage?
Longer.
Longer. And the is there a prefix or a suffix?
It's a prefix.
Do you see it at the beginning or at the end of that word, longer?
It's at the end.
The end. So is it a prefix or a suffix?
A suffix.
Very good. All right, go ahead and start reading and tell me, do you see any more? Thank you for using your pencil.
It is good to recycle, and recycling helps the earth. When we recycle, we refuse things. This makes the last longer. If you throw away a soda can, it gets sent to the dump. You could recycle it instead.
Or you can stop right there. Just enough to identify some prefixes and suffix.
Be made into other. I found the thingy.
Which part?
Right here.
Okay. You see the ER?
Yes.
Okay.
Into another can. Then someone can recycle that can. It will be made into yet other can. It's on many young people know to recycle. Older people must learn how to.
Does that say learn or relearn?
Relearn.
Is that a prefix here?
Yes.
Okay.
Relearn how to throw things away. Everyone should review that they do. We can refresh.
Is that one?
Yes.
Very good.
Refresh the earth. If we recycle.
Very good job. So you were able to identify different prefixes and suffixes in that word, right?
Yes.
All right. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to finish up our video, and to end our session, I'm going to give you your comprehension check, and this time when you do your comprehension check, I want you to think about prefixes and suffixes. If you know the meaning of different prefixes and suffixes, it can help you better understand the passage. For example, if you see the suffix ed, you know that it already what?
Ended.
It already happened, right?
Yes.
If you see the prefix re, what does re mean?
It means that
If you rewash, if you recook, if you redo, what would re mean?
it means you do something again.
You do it again. So knowing those prefixes and suffixes can help you understand different words, right?
Yes.
Very good. So after we finish up our video, you're going to take your comprehension check, right? And you're going to use prefixes and suffixes to help you with unknown words and help you better understand the passage. You're also going to do a little quick check to see how much better you do on identifying prefixes and suffixes after this lesson, okay? All right. You have done an absolutely excellent job. Give yourself a pat on the back. You take your hand and you pat yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Say, good job, Cameron. Say, good job, Cameron. Say it. Say, good job, Cameron. Okay, he wants to be a little shy. All right, everybody. We had an excellent session. Cameron, you're also going to take these cards home today, and you're going to use them at home to study. And you're also going to take home, hold on one second, you're also going to take home your notes so that that can also help you study. All right? You had a great session, and I'll see you. Actually, I will see you tomorrow again. All right, bye. Say bye.
Bye.